Hi, Chris Kuzmal here. We're now going to update the, we're going to encapsulate the update for the graphics in our event loop. So lines 83 through 89 are the code that does the graphics update. And we're just going to make a method, which we'll call update graphics. The question is, what information do we need to pass in? We need to pass in the array called us. I don't think we need to pass anything else in. All the rest of the code does depend on having import standard draw, std draw, but that's been done. So that the context for which that applies will be everywhere in the file. So I take all this code and I delete it, I cut it, and I then go above main. I'm going to paste it. Of course, that means but it hasn't been encapsulated. I need to encapsulate it inside of a static void method whose name is update graphics. I believe that's the name I gave, and which takes an array of matter, which we're going to name us. So that makes it so the name matches the name for the array that we've been using in the local code that's been copied here. And so now this code here, I'm about to highlight, which I just pasted in, now should again just work because the array us is defined the same, and everything else would work everywhere else. Okay, so we've just taken that code and encapsulated it inside the method update graphics. Let's see if that works when we run. And delightfully, it does work. So here's the good news. Our event loop is extremely simple now. We compute the forces amongst all the items. We update the acceleration velocity positions amongst all items for given delta t, and then we update the graphics for all the items. So our event loop is very clear about what it does. There are some flaws. In particular, the compute forces method assumes that there's only 3 particles, and us of 0, us of 1, and us of 2 are accessed, assuming the array has those elements available. So we need to fix up the compute forces method. But once we've done that, the cool thing is we can increase the size or vary the size of the number of particles that we're using, and maybe our code will even work. So that's what's coming up next.